Hello, I'm Scott Tierman. It's been more than 21 years since New Yorkers faced the threats of Vigo the Carpathian, while its sewers were filled with mood slime, and 26 years since the threat of Zuul and Gozer the Gozerian. Well, New York was thankful for the Ghostbusters, and it seemed like the paranormal activity phenomenon would never end. I can remember doing a line of coke with the governor the day we stopped Zuul. I believe the governor felt so guilty for locking us up in prison while the city was being overrun with demonic spirits. Yeah, the groupies were everywhere. Of course they had a fetish for me being in full costume during foreplay. Page 6 was wrong though, about that group sex rumor. None of us would ever cross streams. They even turned the other way when we kept Slammer as a pet and got a little revenge on Walter Peck. We were able to locate a former intern who was willing to talk to us about his experience with the crew if we promised to protect his anonymity. What I came to discover was 6 flawed human beings who were running that show. Louis was dangerously underqualified to be a Ghostbuster. Honestly, I thought he was mentally disabled. Janine had some of the worst customer service skills I've ever heard. Honestly, though, that was the tip of the iceberg for me. Really, ask Venkman if he'll ever cop up to being Oscar's dad, or if he's ever paid child support. He wanted to start prying into some real cover-ups. And don't let him tell you that kid could be Tully, considering he technically keymastered her gatekeeper. Yeah, I joined the team back in 1984, and I felt like an outsider of this team. I'm a trained firefighter, and I'm always looked down on, because I wasn't a fucking scientist. Winston never really fit in, and he never wanted to fit in. He wasn't a true Ghostbuster. As he told us day one,
if there's a steady paycheck in it, I'll believe anything you say.
Egon really had no room to speak. I remember walking into Venkman questioning him if he slept with the toaster.
You're not sleeping with it, are you, Ray?
What kind of man sleeps with a toaster? It was then I had to question just what kind of people I was working for. While everything looked straight out of a 1950s horror movie, the destruction that was caused was all too real. Oh, we got slammed with lawsuits. They came, they saw, they sued our ass for property destruction. Yeah, there was even an ethical treatment for the paranormal group that ticketed us. Everyone laughed at the marshmallow being all over the street until the city had the long process of trying to remove it. All of this mess caused because the fatty fat raised stands. His mind was on food while in battle with a hellish creature. I would have helped, but my understanding was that I'd become possessed and called myself the Keymaster. Well, at least I hope I was possessed and not on a bad acid trip from my party earlier that evening. Yeah, I remember hearing a song composed about us and how busting made us feel good. But I can tell you right now, ghost busting got old fairly quick. There's only so many times that you can get woken up in a cold, dead sleep to go chase a harmless, confused ghost. I'm not a monster. When we started this, we had no real money, so we couldn't really pay, give health benefits, and you basically lived in the firehouse. Yeah, it was so stressful that by the end of the run, Venkman was going bald, though he'd never tell you that. But all hope was not lost, as all those involved did agree to join back up under the right circumstances. But that would be only if Venkman was killed, so our reporter thought maybe he was joking. But he assured us that he wasn't, and only Ray would be able to make this happen. Maybe in 2011, but not if it's a battle between hell and earth. And Oscar could possibly be a Ghostbuster. Also, there would be new recruits, because he assured us that they're all too old to do it alone. Got it? Neither do I. He also said with the writers from Year One. Year One? I mean, I like Michael Cera way more than most people do nowadays. But that movie really was lame. Oh, by the way, has anyone heard anything about the status of Beverly Hills Cop? Somebody get me Judge Reinhold on the phone. I got some questions.